I welcome in the Lifetime Activity Center, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Game 2 of 3 here in Week 3 of the Utah Top 50. And our second matchup, the Flint Tropics taking on the Dallas Chapparals. I never know how to say Chapparals or Chapparals.
Yeah, I'd say Chapparals, but I have no idea.
You think I'd listen whenever they've had that a dance team as the Chapparals, but
yeah,
it hasn't quite sunk in.
This isn't dance.
I know it isn't. That's why
it will be poetry on a basketball floor, though, because we've got the Flint Tropics.
Nice.
Fantastic. Q Mesa. And by the way, strike first, no mercy in Brock Felder, the Parawan Ram, who's been fantastic in the top 50. And you got Chudy, who's got the ball right now. Probably an early candidate for Mr. Basketball this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and after ending the last game, Dane taking some funny little shots at Dusty, he comes in to speak in my language there with the strike first, no mercy, as that one goes out of bounds.
Did you know, you ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
FanX was here over the weekend.
Yeah.
The cast of Cobra Kai was here, including one William Zabka.
I know, and we were downtown because it was making it hard to park for the red zone, and I thought, I should go see old Billy Zabka. But I didn't, so instead I continued my journey through Season 3.
Look, a shout-out to Tanner Fackrell. He got a picture with old Bobby.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Showed me at work today, and I was like, you are a lucky man. You are now my envy.
Shot does not fall. There's come back down the floor with the Chapparals, and you mentioned this team's got a lot of fun ones. We talked about Chudy on a CK, as you mentioned, a beginning of the year watch list member for Mr. Rewind.
Yeah.
Q Mesa certainly is. He's a 2-time finalist for Mr. Rewind on basketball. As that 3 is on the way and off the mark. And we come back down the way with the Tropics as Hansen's pass goes out of bounds. Got caught in the air there.
Yeah, tough pass there for Hunter Hansen. You're trying to wrap around the defense. Got an open man, but maybe try to simplify that one a little bit next time. James Rust.
So that's quickly on the other end, and the layup was passed up, and then the extra pass.
Paul Beatty.
Thank you, Paul Beatty.
How about Q with the block, though? Mesa running the floor, making the defensive play there.
Our guys changed what colors they're wearing, so it's throwing Preston off here. The Tropics supposed to be wearing blacks, according to what happened before.
This is what happens when you give Preston a little bit of room. You were being very lenient with him in the first game, and now all of a sudden he's just off the rails.
He's looking at me. He's like, hey, I'm looking. It's not matching. As that foul is up top. Little step back. Jay from Robinson would not drop. And the rebound pulled down by James Rust.
I'm really excited for the year for James Rust this year. I think he's going to have a big, big year for the T-Birds.
And there's a steal and the run out. Q Mesa was challenged there by Anosike. Loose ball. Taken by the Chapparals. Picked up. Well, this is the Chapparals. Here comes Hansen. Nice little blow-by move. We got that to crawl up and in.
That's a Utah State finish right there. I don't just say Utah State. It's next level finish, right? You got contact. You're kind of drifting under the basket. A nice job able to get that up and in.
There's a former Jazz member who used to do that a lot, but we won't mention that anymore. As come the other way, straight away, send to the angle. 3 on the way, and off the mark there by Brock Felder.
This year it feels like a lot of Jazz fans are going to be talking about former Jazz members.
Yeah. As Rust, there is no charge, but there's a block by Felder, but it leads to the 3 from Owen Odom.
Speaking of Utah State, son of Coach Odom up at Utah State. Green Canyon, man, I'll tell you what.
Got a lot of dudes.
Utah State basketball coach, they move into Green Canyon boundaries, and that basketball program says thank you.
Hey, you want to know where the new developments are in Logan?
Green Canyon, yeah. It's built up in Millville. Got nothing on North Logan.
Who builds out in Smithfield anymore?
It's been great energy for the Chapparals tonight, but still scoreless, Dusty. Doesn't feel that way.
No, it doesn't. And but we saw this earlier. We saw it last week. We had the teams fall behind and get going, especially toward the end of the first half.
It can't be because Hunter Hansen scored.
We're following what's on the score here. Yeah, Hansen had that little crawl in, and I had it up.
And Odom scored. I think they got it switched.
Yeah, it's 5-2.
It might be 7-0 Chaps.
think everyone's mixed up because the roster or the colors are off here.
It might be 7-0 Chaps.
Well, we're going to change that here.
We got line changes, hockey term for you.
Oh, you sure?
Yes.
You have to join us in the first game to know what we're talking about there. Yeah, we're going to change it up. 7-0 Chap, as you say. We'll go with the Chaps.
That's much cleaner.
Yeah, a nice pass inside. The reverse will not fall for Logan Deal. Not dealing on that one. Here comes the other way. Johnson.
Chaps loaded with talent from Cache Valley. Deal another one of those. We'll also have a chance to see Tanner Davis, who's been fantastic in the top 50 and for the Skyview Bobcats.
Johnson in the key. Can't get that one to go. Felder can't pull down the board as he and Beatty got a little tied up.
How about Beatty showing some physicality? That's a good sign for Farmington fans, and now looking for distance.
And a 3 for the big fella, trailing and knocking it down, and 10-0.
And they did add the 3, so it is 10-0 Chaps here.
And now on the run out, little AK-47 look, and there is no easy whistles tonight. And I actually appreciate that. I mean, we're going to teach to finish through some stuff as Tanner Davis possibly fouled, but they're going to keep the ball here. Quick inbounds into Beatty. And Beatty can't get down to go over Felder. Gets the rebound. Quickly on the push. Here's Johnson. Ball still loose. Felder sends back out. Johnson on the drive. Takes it hard and is fouled. That foul is on Mitch Jepson. We'll have 2 free throws coming to Johnson. This is Houston Johnson out of Crimson Cliffs. And the 1-for-2 free throw is good, and the Tropics get on the board. And also, we'll make sure, because Dane's been much better on finding the names. Missing a number here, number 10 on the Tropics.
Easton Duft.
Thank you. I looked right past him. So I did that. Lob that ball inside. Beatty gets it. Fall away and got it.
Doesn't he look so much improved?
So it's amazing what a year does. I think we talked about this last week. Amazing how much a year changes.
Yep. And I don't say that to knock last year. It felt like last year Colin Chandler was so much of that offense and was always kind of looking for that number 2. Man, this year Paul Beatty, what we've seen from him in the top 50, it just feels like his growth, his maturity is going to, be huge for Farmington this year.
But you see what Farmington does. You don't have one of the top players in the country on your team. There's some of that. We'll let him do it. Who's going to show up and take that as Duft takes a loose ball. They got numbers. Extra pass, Duft across the key, and that'll put Sam Lind at the line for free throws, and he maybe turn an ankle.
You know, and the thing is in fairness to Paul, I don't say that to, be negative at all. But young man was just a sophomore last year.
Yeah.
And so, now a junior, you get another year, development. He is looking really, really good.
And the free throw is good. Tropics still looking for the first bucket from the floor. As there's a nice take and finish. Able to clear space and maybe go a little Heisman move on his way to the hole. Tanner Davis. Atwater sending it out to the corner, but up top now Duft. Lind, fall away, lefty, yes. First field goal of the night. That ball popped up in the air.
That had jammed knuckle written all over it, didn't it? Sounded like it.
A little floater falls in. That's back-to-back buckets for Tanner Davis. Quick on the other end. Lind back-to-back. That's time for 3.
Talk about a young man that's growing up. How about Sam Land Jr., Wasatch Wasp? A couple nice shots there.
On this end, it's Skanky laying that one in. Hunter Skank. It doesn't matter how long we've known the family. I always get nervous every time
I do too. Yep.
We've covered all the boys of the family. Oh, they put time back on the clock. So 10:23, we're going to take the media timeout here. You are watching the 2022 Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. .23 left in the first half. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you here from the Utah Top 50. Just a chance to remind you about Athletic Republic as they try to send that one inside. It's Chudy Anasike with the loose ball, and Chudy loses that one out of it. And we're going to talk recovery real quick. Preparing for the next workout begins the moment the last workout ends. Athletes have control over the recovery process at Athletic Republic.
How about the job of James Rust going against bigger guy down in the block, able to reach around, deflect that away, help generate the steal.
Clock hasn't started yet. As the three is good for Skank.
You know why? Because it feels like the Skank family has been timeless at Weber, doesn't it?
Ah, there it is. There's the steal and the bucket there
for
the
left-handed,
Chapparals.
huh?
Yeah. Getting a little fancy. There's the clock. So we got about an extra minute and a half almost here.
Region 1 showing up.
Showing up and showing out. There's that one inside, and Felder. First bucket tonight.
No mercy on the rebound and put back.
Three on the way from Rust, off the buckle. And it was Jackson Johnson with the loose ball. Now on the other end, thought again some foul would be called there as Zach Robinson left that one high, but they're making him play through contact, which I appreciate. And on the other end is Hansen.
That young man showing his burst. Tell you what, been impressed with his drive to the rim. Time and time again tonight for Hunter, and they're defensively able to get a piece.
I just want him to stay healthy. You know, there's a kid that, as a going into his sophomore year, that Coach Mulaney said, "Hey, we got one of my better players here," and but he was injured. Maybe it was his freshman year. As Lynn gets that one to go, so it's good to see him healthy. Hope he gets a full year.
Yeah, and he's going to have an opportunity to really make a mark. You look at this Fremont program, they got some youth there, right? They're going to rely on some of his experience to help this group kind of come together, compete in Region 1. Obviously, he has a lot of expectations on him, having committed to Utah State.
And there's young man still looking for that, maybe the right fit. I don't know if that's the right verbiage. But the big three there from Q Mesa. I don't know, CK and Chudy. Kisses that one off the window. That's fun. We talked about him being like a Mulibea kind of type. A Mulibea transferring here in the offseason from Dixie State or Utah Tech. As there's the shot there from Atwater. Skank again for three.
been locked and loaded tonight.
Send up top, reversed out to Q. Meza on the extra pass, and back-to-back threes for Q.
The extra pass to Q is always the right decision. Always the right decision.
Good things will happen. And a little heat check did not fall there for Hunter. On the other end, Q. Meza, tipped out by Russ, taken by Onosike.
Nice work there by Chudy. Giving up ground but not conceding the points. Boy, fast drive.
Skank for three, misses last two. Here's the board, the run out now. Q. Meza. Always fun watching Q.
Yeah, a young man that become known for doesn't need a lot of space, and showing even at the rim doesn't need a lot of room to get shots away.
The same colored shoe, Chudy Onosike. The strong finish. Jackson Johnson.
I think first
from the
points,
corner.
Yeah, first points tonight for the Alta Hawk.
And then there's the bucket once again for Skank. For the first half for Hunter.
Got to be near 10 points.
Easily,
He's at least
that's
got
11.
8. He might. Yeah, is it? Okay.
Hey, he's got 3 threes now,
All
that
right.
one, if not more. As Felder has to finish through all that contact. Just good for him. That's going to build character.
That's one of the young men's for Brock Felder. That's one of the aspects that I think Flint can really get to, right? Is I think they've got great size advantage in this game in the paint. Woo!
They got to call that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would have been a 10-car pile up on the freeway if we didn't.
Would have had congestion in the lane.
Yeah. See what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
As Hansen knocks down the As he knocked down the 1 for 2. 9-point lead for the Chaps.
Chaps have been able to hold on to this. Got out to that 10-0 start. Been able to maintain the separation.
Felder put on the floor all the way to the rim.
About the big man showing his ball control.
No one-star refuse on Felder. As that one's not been able to be saved in.
Love the hustle there by Logan Deal trying to keep that in play, the Skyview Bobcat.
And as these guys know, as you see Meza come up the floor, shooter here is Meza all the way to the rim, kiss it high off the window. And his coach, a member of Raider Nation, Trey Smith, as he gets that one to fall in.
AKA dealing with depression in week 3.
We fly the flag proudly as on the drive and the foul. Actually, no, stepped on the line, stepped out of bounds. But a certain someone is probably going to get his first win since 2010 in the NFL as head coach this weekend. There comes off the screen. Q. Meza won't go. And the rebound taken by the Chaps. Onosike in transition, yes.
And I say just a 2 there for Chudy. Foot was on the line. Love the vision there by Tanner Davis. Again, the guard out of Skyview.
Outwater straight away. And Tropics going cold down the stretch here in the first half.
Yeah, quick looks.
Chudy on the drive, floated up, won't go. And the rebound to Felder.
Q able to do just enough. Boy, I like Chudy in that matchup. His speed, able to get to the paint, but Q doesn't allow too much penetration. Makes for a bit of a tough kind of one-handed shot there by Chudy.
Strong drive, and Mason hasn't been able to get the last few to fall. Come back the other way. Oh, nice move inside, reverse it a little strong. deal with the board and the foul. We'll put them at the line. A foul under 2 minutes, but they're not stopping the clock. Going to roll right through here. So Logan Deal out of Skyview.
Talk about all the players out of Region 11. Deal, Davis, obviously Odom. There's some good players up there. It's going to be a fun year. 4A. Good hands there.
Pass goes out of bounds looking for Tanner Davis. Now you mentioned that, and everyone's chasing Snow Canyon. And I know Doug Beecham thought after winning his first state championship, well, got Simmons coming back, but then Simmons moves on up to RSL Academy, and that changes a lot when you lose probably the best player in the classification.
Well, I've heard rumblings of some other movement as well that might be impactful. 4A. Look, it's been a balanced classification the last couple of years. Been competitive, fun state tournaments. It might be that way again this year.
Lynn picks up the loose ball, tried to fit that one through, and Beatty came back to get the steal. Quickly ahead. Mitch Jepson tries to cross court, taken away by Duft.
Dangerous pass there. Love Duft coming back, just a sophomore. Able to pluck that one away.
Yeah, he used that paw to take it away.
Just like Wildcats do, huh?
Yeah. Oh, and he lost his footing when he tried to, with the little flyby. Last moments of the first half. 5 seconds on the official clock. Chudy with 3. Chudy with 1. Oh, and it just crawled off there, and that'll do it for the first half. We go to the first half break. It is Chaps 41, Tropics 32. You're watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. You got to hear our food conversation maybe at the end there.
Yes.
Dusty hit that, and so many people are used to now my little chuckle. But Dane, get ready for the second half. The Chaps got out to a quick start. Tropics made a push. Went a little cold offensively as they stuck to the perimeter. Maybe the ball got stuck too.
You don't want to think the people at the table do great work, and providing us with some halftime stats is nice 3 made there by Johnson, his second of the contest. But you want to know who tied for top rebounds is in this contest? How about Q Mesa?
Really?
Yeah. Is I think the leader for the Tropics, and the Chaps have a couple, both the same number with him, but a bit of a wrestling move there.
Yeah, and the rest we call that a high C.
A high C?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can use your imagination what C means, but that's the high C.
Oh, boy.
Hansen. Nice extra pass there from Skank, Region 1 to Region 1.
And all set up there by the speediness of Hunter. It's like we've said those words before about Skank basketball players, right? But Hunter recognized, man, I got parting of the Red Sea here. Just goes right through and able to kick it to Hansen in the corner.
What used to be the head on the stick rivalry, none of the kids know that anymore.
That's the real tragedy right
it's
there.
It's super sad. No, Michael Clanton, that was like his favorite thing when we first started doing this. MC was like, head on a stick. Look, the Ballsteads know their basketball history, and they bring the water and pizza too. Like Martin Lawrence on Blue Streak.
They even brought one for Preston. That's when you know, right? Of course, they left the pizza with me.
They respect the position as Hansen on the other end. That's 5 points in the second half here for Hunter Hansen. Felder maybe got away with a little dream shuffle there. As Rust quickly with the lead out.
You talk about, boy, tough night for Flint. How about the drive? Man, Tanner Davis.
He's having a night.
Yes, he is.
And I think, what's fun about this showcase is that it can give so much confidence heading into the regular season, because you'll have a few weeks off before the regular season starts, about a month. But you go play well here, it gives you just a lot of confidence heading into, I believe, into your regular season.
Yeah, and that's part of the point of this, right, is that basketball, you do so much in the summers, and then you've got this kind of 8-week dead period. You're in school, AAU isn't doing much, and part of this is to help give that momentum, keep kids in rhythm, so that when that season comes around, they're playing better. Obviously, there's exposure, there's other things there, continued player development, but man, to keep that rhythm, to keep just kind of in that mood prior to the season, one of the big reasons why this showcase exists, and I think it's done a great job of providing that for a lot of players here.
Little extended junction jumper will not fall for Robinson. Lind on the drive, little up and under, left it too sharply off the window. And now on the push, here come the Chaps. And Skank continues his terrific evening. Got it done everywhere.
We did not do a lot of Weber games last year, but this is one of the better three-point games I have seen from Hunter Skank. He's been dialed in tonight.
Certainly has. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. You're watching. 16:30 left in the second half. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. And as Q Meza holds out top. And our unofficial clock will get resynced here momentarily. And Felder able to get that one to drop.
Been great commitment to defense tonight by the Chaps. Really making the Tropics work for it.
So that one goes out of bounds, and we'll stay here with the Chapparals. And we got 8 guys on the floor. Is Atwater going to come on?
For all those who mock officials who are always very precise with the table, right? No, you have to go to the middle. Now you can come on. That's the reason why right there.
Yeah. That's the thing. When officials always tell you, well, then you put on the stripes and a whistle and, take the live bullets, if you will. Then you can have a conversation.
Deal showing he can, that was Davis.
The funny thing is I've been invited multiple times. You don't want that. And I always get back, yeah, we do. The 3 goes off the mark.
You might. I don't. I turned it down.
I did tell him no. I said, no, I don't think you want me to do that. As that 3 won't go. Now, I have done it in the past in a different life. As Q Meza hits the 3.
You get Q in rhythm, that's the result.
I am so excited for his senior year. He and Daigle Mulford, they finished on such a high last year, had that great game against Corner Canyon, who made it all the way to the championship game in 6A. This is a year the Pirates have been building toward for generations. Meza misses on the second 3.
For those of you who follow, rewind our coverage of basketball, don't you worry. I'm not going to let Dusty all of a sudden swoop in and take all the Region 2 love. That is still Dane's domain. Dusty, you can live in Region 4.
Done.
I'm staying in Region 2. We'll call it good.
I think we'll start doing this segment. Region 4 or the field? Region 4. It'll make so many of our fans so happy. And actually what they'll say is, on brand. And what they just don't know, it's very much a character that I play on the show. I really don't have a dog in the fight. But it makes it fun. Because I even have close family friends that get after me on Instagram messages.
Let me just introduce this. He says it's a character, but yet only one of us has been in the living room and downstairs of the Wilson family. So what's your answer to that, Mr. Character?
Hey, that goes way back to streaming. No, that goes way back to streaming, of trying to unfold some of the behind the scenes of how we ended up in some of the streaming of schools that we got into. That's how I ended up in the basement of the Wilson household.
Houston Johnson there fouled on the shot attempt for the Mustangs.
I mean, I could tell you,
the Tropics, but he's a Mustang.
Yeah, for the Mustang. I could tell you that I've been getting videos of Isaac Wilson since he was 7 years old. Throwing the football is to the junction.
That doesn't help your plea as this being a character
I have a
thing,
lot of people saying that too, though. But you know me, I like to win. I really doesn't bother me. I don't have anyone who wins. I know you do.
I have to give you flack, you know.
It is fun, but it just happens where I've lived too. I've only lived in Region 4. That'd be purposeful, but it's where I've lived. As Jackson Johnson misses on the 3.
You were in Region 8/9 for a bit. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. I guess I just always considered like PG where Vineyard was, but I would have gone to Mountain View. I did live in PG
Wasn't
for a while.
that Provo?
I was in Vineyard, Orem side. As that shot drops, I would make a joke, but I won't because it doesn't help my cause. I was joking, say we found out where our kids would gone to high school, and then now we're getting out of there. We're going to Draper. The plan was always to go where we are, but yeah. As here's the drive, Atwater, fall away, got it. As I'm sure all of our coaches or watches are so excited to hear about where Dusty was going to live.
Yeah.
But 10-point game is Atwater. The Davis Dart gets that one to go.
He'll have an opportunity for Davis this year. A lot of change for Coach Sims. But the well never dry for the Dart basketball program.
And the old Region 1 special there. Even inside the arc.
Dusty can't wait for that.
Get us to restricted area as soon as possible. So 56-46. Johnson, I love that little stem and hit.
Doing that against height in Beatty. And look, we talk about Beatty, just a junior. Johnson as well. But I love kind of squaring him up, sizing him up, and drilling it.
Chudy heard that and says, well, I'll show you the range, Dusty. Takes down from the top of the key.
You know,
it was a 2.
Chudy tonight has had a couple drives. I don't know that he's made a lot of them, but I've loved the soft touch from Chudy from within about 6 feet. They're showing he's got, the ability to dial it in from long range as well. Really versatile.
And Lind was the one that got things started offensively for the Tropics. Gets the bucket there. Chudy on a CK. A little long on that 3.
That one felt a little rushed.
Johnson, extra pass to Lind. And the lefty has to back things out. Hand off to Crimson Cliffs Johnson. Extra pass to the corner. Lind on the drive. Beatty with him. Fall away lefty, no. And the rebound taken down by Owen Odom.
Man, the tough shooting night for the Tropics just continues.
And they're contested as that was a loose ball foul, yeah. You won't catch us saying over the back.
Correct.
No such foul in basketball.
We talk about tough night for the Tropics offensively, and yet they're still within 8, right? Still just hanging around here.
I think we missed our under 10 break here.
That'll be
shot
coming.
Won't go, and the rebound taken by Deal now on the run. We're on the trot, I should say.
Oh, good
Hanson,
find.
nice find. Oh, how walked away.
Jackson Johnson.
Could be fun watching him this year.
Showing the wingspan there. Huh?
Yeah,
Hawk?
I see it.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even put that one together. They brightened up their gym, and now maybe we'll be welcomed back in there more regularly. As Atwater has that one partially blocked. Here comes Beatty on the run. Inside of 9 minutes left in the game. The 3 won't drop. Rust with the rebound.
That's still so odd for me, right? The transition 3. It's just, I'm still getting used to that, Dusty.
J.C. Carroll didn't get those when you were in college. And there's a timeout on the floor. And we'll be right back. You're watching Utah Top 50. after the under 10 stoppage. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Game 2 of 3 here tonight of the Utah Top 50, Week 3. Oh, nice find inside, and Felder got lost where he was on the floor. And Skank knocks down another 3.
Money. Once again, Hunter is dialing it in from long range. On the block for Skank. How about the recovery?
I didn't see older brothers strolling in here tonight. But he's putting on a show.
He's making him miss it.
Not going to be here. But problem I would get, I'm a superstitious person.
Right.
I'm a superstitious man. As that one is poked away, now on the run. Skank in transition to the corner. I know he thought that felt good come off his hand, the way he was kind of holding it. Oh, nice extra pass.
Love it.
And maybe his best play, get that one inside in the 13-point lead.
I would say indubitably, right? He misses the 3. They work the ball back out to him. The drive, he's got the opportunity, but instead finds Deal, who would just come back in. Love the unselfishness there by Skank.
Oh, nice wrap around.
Again.
Good deal. Lays it in.
Tell you, the Chaps tonight, this is probably their most complete game we've seen from them here in the first 3 weeks. They're looking strong.
Well, they played very connected.
Yes.
Felder off of the free throw line extended. Robinson, series of moves, put it up. No. Rebound taken by Rust.
And really, we haven't seen a lot of offense from Russ. There have been a couple other guys that have been big scorers that they haven't had to contribute tonight, as there's the floater from James.
And you heard that. James Rust, the floater, pushes up to 17. It's a 7-0 spurt after the under 10 media timeout.
Flint was the only undefeated team coming into Week 3, and that is in peril.
And Felder knocks down the long-range 2. See Coach Smith walk in. And a nice take and finish by Tanner Davis. 17-point lead as Lynn sends up top to Q Meza. Mid-range jumper there for Quentin Meza.
There's the mid-range. We were talking about in a previous game. We didn't have a lot of mid-range, and Q showing a little there. A little pull from 15.
Del Morey would say, take him off the floor.
Yeah. He will not be a Houston Rocket.
Or he will not be part of the process in Philadelphia. As Hansen straight away. How about it? I think I know who our player of the game is going to be. Hunter Skank has been outstanding.
Yeah, I don't know what he had for dinner tonight, but you gotta write that one down.
Yeah, put that in your journal. Remember that for the fall or for the winter. Mom, I went to Bahama Bucks. It's winter, I know, but blue raspberry with the cream and ice cream. That's some free advertising for Bahama Bucks. If you've never been.
Never been.
Money. 123rd South.
Yeah, I know. I've driven past it. I've always been like, I don't know what that place is.
Saw them all over Louisiana. I didn't know what it was, and then we finally got one a couple years ago. I was like, yeah, that's a good stop for the Litster household.
Speaking of, is it Mr. Charlie's Chicken Fingers?
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah. That'll put the pounds on.
Not Cane's, but it's still good. It is good. Ahead, Meza can't control it. And
how about the kick attempt there by Q?
Yeah, football action. Baseline, send up top. Beatty for 3. Got it. Man, the Chaps are on fire tonight.
And you want to know who had the loudest shout out? Hunter Skank. Like, yes, sir.
Everything going right for the white-clad Chaps. Johnson misses on the 3. Mitch Jepson would give it up to Rust. Inside of 4 minutes left here in our second game. We'll have our nightcap coming up about 10 minutes after this one ends. As Chudy will send out Odom.
Wow, what a take.
What the take and finish.
Against the longer, more experienced Samuel Lind.
It was a 10-point game at the 10 under.
You know,
And from there, I want to say it's 17-4.
yeah, I don't know. Could be. The separation's right, but you know what this will do, which is fantastic? We got a great rest of the 3 weeks coming up, right? Because you got 5 games, and now you're going to have a bunch of teams sitting at 2-1
Yeah.
with 2 weeks to go, and there are no playoffs. It's a 1 seed versus a 2 seed, and so, man, the next 2 weeks you are going to want to make certain you join because you're going to get fantastic basketball teams jockeying for playoff for that championship week positioning.
And we have a championship announcement that'll be coming out really soon as well. Is that 3 is good. And timeout on the floor, not just substitution timeout. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
So out of the timeout. There's 2:40 on a rolling clock here. Is Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart with you. And it's been the Hunter Skink show tonight. As he's been spectacular for the Chaps as Russ sent away by Lind.
How about back-to-back defensive plays by Lind?
And on the run out and bucket. There by Mr. Duft. As Chudianasike step back mid-range jumper. All right, now if it's going up, it's going in for the Chaps.
Yeah, Lind had a couple nice defensive plays on the last sequence, but not a lot of people are going to be able to stop that shot from Chudy.
Duft for 3, no. As we go into 2 minutes. So right now, our only stoppage should be on fouls. But we're coming to the end of Game 2. Game 3 coming up. That is the Caps versus the Amigos. Johnson pumped the 3, goal base. Tries to wrap that around, but it's taken away. Chudianasike past Lind, left-hander, no. The follow by Odom would drop. Now on the run on the other end. Johnson leaves it for Robinson. Robinson can't find a 3, and that's on the foot of Johnson. Back down the floor we go with the Chaps.
That kind of a night for the Tropics. We talked about the closeout the next 2 weeks. We'll let you know also about the next up and risers, class of 24, 25, and others. Really kind of the next players we expect to see here in the top 50. That will be that week of the 17th. We'll have action for you here on KSLSports.com as this top 50 and this showcase of this elite league continues to grow. And that next iteration of this league, and should be fun.
So, and the boys are going to be excited about the announcement that we'll have out pretty soon about championship
You're
week.
going to want to be following social media for the next couple days, folks.
Yeah.
There's something pretty awesome coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be. I would be jacked. If
I
were the
would be
kids.
too.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And once we get that announced, what we'll have on championship night will be great. And what you'll know is you'll have it right here on KSLSports.com. The KSL Sports Rewind is our unofficial clock's ahead of the official clock by about 4 seconds. And that'll do it for the second game of our triple header tonight in week 3. And there is not an undefeated team left in Utah top 50 as the Dallas Chapparals knocks off the Flint Tropics 81-59. Dane, your final thoughts and selection of a player of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the Tropics hung around as long as they could. It was 58-50. It was 58-50. It was an 8-point difference. We called it out. And since that point, what, a 20 or 31-9 run. My goodness. What a night. The Chaps, I thought, best basketball we've seen from them this entire showcase. To your point, Hunter Skank, player of the game. He was dialed in, defensively made plays. His long ball was the difference. He's our player of the game.
We'll take a few-minute break. We're back for Game 3. Again, our final score, the Dallas Chapparals 81, the Flint Tropics 61. Player of the game, the Hunter Skank. For Vince France, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty List. Thanks for joining us. Game 3 coming up. You're watching Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com. Brought to you by Mountain America and the Athletic Republic.